Jurassic Park Dominion has finally wrapped production. I'm going to read a little bit here from the director, Colin Trevorrow, because the production for this movie has gone through a whole lot of problems. So production started, and then the pandemic started, right? So they went through so the whole span's 9 months. Like the pandemic started, and then they had to shut down production, and then they restarted production during the actual pandemic, right? So let me just read a bit here from Colin Trevorrow. Reflections with quote from an article on Deadline on Friday following the official end of filming, according to the outlet. Trevorrow reflected that there was a lot of emotions, and he went on to say, I am sure that I cannot put into words. It has been a remarkable. Our cast and crew has been so resilient. All producers have worked around the clock to make it the best it can be. Now, this isn't from the article, but I know stuff about this movie. Colin Trevorrow, if you know about the Jurassic World trilogy, directed the first Jurassic World. I thought that movie was thoroughly enjoyable and a very good follow-up to the first Jurassic Park. It was essentially what the first Jurassic Park kind of wanted to be, but it turned it he actually brought the park to life, and I thought it was entertaining. He did not direct the second movie. He left that directing duty up to J.A. Bayona. Now, I forget the name of that second Jurassic World movie. So that movie critically, way better than Jurassic World, right? And it also made more money. Personally, I didn't think it was better than Jurassic World. But at the end of that movie, it left the story in a place that was very uncertain. So I'm not going to bring up spoilers for that movie, but if you've watched the ending of that second Jurassic World movie, your mind is like, where the hell is this going? And Colin Trevorrow specifically took a break from making that movie so that he could position himself to write this movie, Jurassic World Dominion, which I'm going to bring this up too. I'm bringing up a tweet that Sam Neill posted at the beginning of production because Jurassic Park Dominion brings back Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, and Laura Dern back to the Jurassic World, back to the Jurassic franchise. I don't know the story that he's trying to say with this movie, but I know that he's taken his time. And and I'll say this about production halting. Production halting does some real good stuff to the script. Why? Because now you have time to work on the script after you've filmed some stuff. It always elevates movies. It happened to Mission Impossible Fallout. When Tom Cruise broke his foot on that movie, it gave what's his name? Brad Bird. It wasn't Brad Bird. It was Christopher McQuarrie time to fine tune the third act of that movie, and it was
good.
Better.
It was good. Yeah.
It was, dude. The Mission Impossible. Dude, Tom Cruise, great. I believe that it will just make all the better. It'll make this movie all the better.
I hope so. I mean, I can't say I've watched both of the movies. I watched both Jurassic World movies. I couldn't tell you which is which because they all just kind of flow together to me. But I love Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. They are two phenomenal actors, and I love what they did with it. BD Wong is he's always the excellent evil scientist in everything I've watched. So I love when he gets to play that.
he's been typecast for sure from that original.
I wouldn't consider Mr. Robot a typecast because he's the most evil, weirdest character in Mr. Robot.
He wasn't even evil in the first Jurassic Park movie either,
he still is a scientist.
He was a scientist, yeah.
Scientists, I don't know. In the Jurassic series, scientists are evil because they want more creation.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
That's the only thing I say. But I don't know, man. I remember seeing The Lost World in movie theaters, like going to, and I remember my brother had a Jeep. So like we made it a thing to like go in the Jeep to go see Jurassic World. Like it made us feel more rugged and more like, in tune with the movie. I was so excited for that. The Jurassic Park series was amazing. I love the original Jurassic Park. So to see that tweet that you showed and Sam Neill's like, look at my old friend, and he's like pointing at the hat. It's great. Jeff Goldblum's going to be killer in it because you gotta, as long as they do the water trick, the shaking water glass, I'm gonna be happy. I'm sold. I'm gonna go watch it as soon as like movies come back in life. You gotta love Bryce Dallas Howard because she was conceived in Dallas, Texas. So she gives a personal shout out to all of us.
Is that why they named her that? Because she was conceived here?
I'm 49% sure.
Right on. We're in Dallas, by the way, if you're watching this. I hope that this is going to be a good closing, because it feels like that's what he wants it to be, right? He's bringing back the old crew to come back and join Chris back, Bryce Dallas Howard to come back and close the story up. And if you've watched the last movie, we don't know where the fuck this is going. There's some wild, crazy stuff we're going into. Like, I just don't know where you can go with this, like, it's just it's crazy. But like the also part of this is that this is a big Hollywood production that has gone through the midst of an entire global pandemic, and they have plowed ahead to complete this movie. Personally, I think that the time off is going to help the movie. I think time off always helps the movie. I hope that it delivers, and I hope it's a great movie. And I hope to God we can watch this in the movie theater, right? I
hope movie theaters still exist.
Yeah, man, dude, it is getting bad out there for movie theaters. I kind of wanted to keep this thing positive, so I didn't want to bring up any of that stuff, but I might bring that up next week because there's some developments in that front as well. Not good. So I'm going to switch gears here. Jurassic World Dominion, excited for it. I want to talk about another movie. Well, not another movie, but really just like kind of it is part of the movie industry. So Jason Blum, in an article from Slash Film, stated that he was basically, this whole article is entitled, "The Pandemic is Increasing Film Production Budgets by 10 to 20%, according to Jason Blum." From the article, in a new interview, quote, Jason Blum said, PPE factors into the budgets of movies in an era of the coronavirus. How does PPE budget factor in? His answer may surprise you. It's 10 to 20% of the production cost. In addition, 10 to 20%, it ain't cheap. From the article, the guy states this: let's apply those numbers to supply those numbers. The movie had been filmed before, two movies that had been filmed before the pandemic, right? But let's imagine that it was lined up to shoot while the virus was raging. Adding 10 to 20% of its $5 million budget brings the cost up to between $5.5 million to $6 million. Not too bad, right? But now apply that same metric to something much more expensive, like, say, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, one of the most expensive movies ever made. That production reportedly cost $379 million. A waste of money. Excuse me. It's me. Adding an additional 20% would bring that total to an astronomical $454 million. I believe that's almost $500 million, isn't it? Am I wrong about that? Is my math wrong about that? It's like $500 million, right?
Half a waste of money.
Half a waste of money. Yeah, terrible.
Right, and it's only going to go to us. It's only going to be thrown out to the consumer. It's going to push streaming and ticket prices instead of the $4 that we're $14 that we're paying right now to go see a movie in the theaters, or the $10 that we're using to purchase it streaming or $3 that we're using to rent it streaming is going to add another $4 or $5 across the board for all of that. That's just going to be handicapping the movie industry in general to me. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's putting a problem on top of an already an industry that is just like hurting really bad from everything that's happening right now.